We want five.
Five? Okay. All right. You guys got one of these
What?
charger? No,
Tablets?
no, no.
Chargers?
Charger for a laptop, but you guys don't have the same
Sorry,
one.
man.
I have the same one. All right. See ya.
Hmm. Los highlights de San Antonio. Okay.
And now, the starting lineup for your San Antonio FC. Number 8, midfielder and team captain, Pekka. Number 0, in goal, Matt Cardone. Number 30, defender, Kai Green. Number 4, defender, Joshua Yarrow. Number 5, defender, Amir Cheating. Number 15, defender, Abby Akam. Number 77, midfielder, Billy Forbes. Number 19, midfielder, Christian Parado. Number 11, midfielder, Jack Barnby. Number 7, midfielder, Lance Lang. Number 99, forward, Ever Guzman. And head coach for San Antonio FC, Darren Powell. Please welcome to the field tonight's starters, presented by HEB, accompanied by FC Broncos.
All right, ready.
And now, to honor America and the men and women defending our freedom, please stand for our national anthem, sung this evening by the Seguin High School Choir.
Welcome, everyone. It's a battle between two teams that came up with draws, and in the case of San Antonio, it was Junior Flemings, the man that made things happen. Hello, everyone. I'm Juan Arango alongside Jose Rodriguez as we begin the broadcast between the one and only San Antonio FC and Portland Timbers 2 as we look at what happened in the last round. Of course, it was right there, the equalizer. Billy Forbes against his old team, against Phoenix Rising, was able to get his wonderful goal, one of the goals of the week and one of the players of the week in the inaugural round in the USL Championship. Jose, you started looking at what this team was able to do, but unfortunately, at the death, the equalizer from Phoenix Rising was able to steal the point away.
Right, Juan. It wasn't actually a good game for them. They just had 3 mistakes in the 90 minutes, and Phoenix Rising, as the conference champions that they are, they took advantage of those mistakes and ended up getting a point from this game. But San Antonio played a good enough game to win it all. So we're looking into this second week. Maybe San Antonio can do the same and just take control of the key moments at the end of the first half, and of course at the end of the game, like it happened in week 1.
And one of the players at the beginning of the game that was dominant was none other than Ever Guzman, one of the winners of the 2005 Under-17 World Cup with Mexico, was part of the Mexican national team in the 2007 Pan American Games, and has been able to score quite a few goals during his time in San Antonio. He will look to do that yet again, replicate his performance against Phoenix Rising today, against a Portland Timbers 2 side that is looking to show some of their power as well. None other than Foster Langsdorff. He was able to do a great deal of damage last year for Timbers 2, and he looks to replicate that as well.
Yeah, that is one of the players that if you look into this team 2 to 3 years from now, you're going to try to see Langsdorff at a high level. He's a good player for them right now, but he can get even better with games. You know, USL is actually the perfect place for him right now. He's able to grow, but we're going to see a lot more than Foster Langsdorff in the United States and maybe someplace else. He's good enough to go overseas and play at a good level.
And we'll see what he's able to do tonight and be able to prove that in a very good marquee. And speaking of which, we'll see what happens here. As we'll start looking at other options, we'll start looking at what occurs.
All right, I can barely hear you. Yeah, now I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
But I can barely. Can you talk?
Okay.
All right.
I just can't hear myself. I could barely hear you. Yeah, much better. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's much better now.
Yeah. So welcome everyone as we begin here, as things are going on between San Antonio and Portland, as both teams ready to go. They're doing their thing already. So Jose, we start looking at this team, we start looking at what's going on. What are the things that need to be done as far as that's concerned? What do they need to start looking to do as far as any changes, as far as different dynamic as far as that's concerned?
Well, you know, I don't think either team needs to change much from what they did in week 1. San Antonio was good enough to win the match, like we mentioned before.
Yeah.
So they basically have to do the same. Also, they are at home, so they kind of have the responsibility to take command of this match, right? They need to, they have to be able to control the game. And they did that against Phoenix. So hopefully they can do that again tonight, because that will give us a good game overall. Portland is another team that is young, but it's a young team that likes to run, that likes to move forward.
Verticality.
Right,
That's
right. So
totally. So we start seeing at the lineups right now, and we'll give them to you right now, as really no changes for the home team for San Antonio FC. Cardoni in goal, Green, Kai Green over on the right, Didic and Yaro in the middle, and Ebi Ekon over on the left. Tuku Parano in the middle alongside Pekka, Billy Forbes, Jack Barmby, and Lance Lang. And in front of them, of course, as we mentioned, and we featured at the beginning of this broadcast, Ever Guzman, the former Mexican Youth International, man that really created his career in the Mexican Ascenso. And we'll see what happens there as Yadama with the ball.
a lot of
Looking to press
experience,
forward.
one.
A lot of experience,
I
yes.
mean, come on, look at that lineup. If you look at Yaro and Didic, it's good to start with that if you're trying to have a good defensive stand, right? And then you move forward with Forbes, Arano, Pekka, Lane, and Guzman. I mean, you have a pretty good squad right there. A lot of experience, and not only, you know, experience overall, but a lot of experience in USL and playing in the United States, which it's hard sometimes to adapt. That's what Parano is going through right now, just playing his first couple of games in USL.
Again, it's San Antonio looking to cross the ball right inside into the middle, and it was Jake Leaker securing that very well. Leaker in goal, Hansen, Yadama, Roy Miller, man that was recently signed by Portland Timbers. He was made actually official today.
Right, yeah.
But he was already on the roster for the past couple of days. And Marco Farfan over on the left. Renzo Zambrano, Todd Gordon, Marvin Loria, man, former Saprissa and former Costa Rican Youth International. Also alongside Ryan Sierkowski, Eric Williamson, and Foster Langendorf up top for Coach Cameron Knowles. Again, you start to see Billy Forbes with the ball.
A good signing for Portland, right? Roy Miller, you know, that gives them a little bit of experience that they were needing, especially defensively. So it's going to help them a lot.
Pushing up is San Antonio. They're looking at go real vertical and Lance Lang, but a little too far for him. Retrieved by Jake Leaker. Again, going down the left-hand side. Sierkowski again trying to accompany there down the wing, and smothered quite easily, quite quickly, as it was Christian Parano there alongside Joshua Yaro. Trying to play it out wide to Kai Green, who sends it deep. Covered quickly. Again, you start to see the lines pushing up for Portland. Recovered here in the middle. And back to Wharton, who goes out wide. Does Hansen. Opening himself up, giving a lot more amplitude to play as it starts to play down the right-hand side. Shifting very well, San Antonio on defense. Two players moving, trying to anticipate the run, but again, going the opposite direction. As you saw, again, Foster Langendorf trying to attract the central defenders from going in his direction. Again, Langendorf in the mix. That ball gets past Sierkowski, easily retained there by Matt Cardoni, who really, I mean, if you start looking at the results last weekend, it was just tough for him to be able to get chances, but the few chances that Cardoni had in front of him really weren't his fault. It happened to be, as you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, certain breakdowns that occurred defensively that occurred that really he had no ways to intervene in a proper manner.
Yeah, and when you're playing a team like Phoenix, you know, they usually take advantage of those mistakes. So it was a good performance, I think, overall for the entire team. But you know, you learn from stuff. It's only the first game of the season, so you don't want that to become a trend, of course. So you make the adjustments, and I'm sure the coaching staff work on that during the week, and we'll see what they can do tonight, again playing at home.
San Antonio wanting to have the play in the middle of the pitch in order to really keep this Portland team on their heels. But again, this is one of the more dangerous aspects of Portland's game, the transition in the middle of the pitch. As it's again Loria, the Costa Rican, playing it out wide. Trying to touch it through as Langendorf accompanying down the wing, opening it up down the right, but continuing to play down the left, although not controlling it fully, was Marco Farfan. He's able to get the ball. It'll be a throw-in coming in. And you start to see what goes on with this Portland Timbers 2 side, trying to shoot. It's a little bit misdirected, but nonetheless a good effort here by Portland, trying to get close, trying to keep the defense honest. And that's first chance, at least the first attempt on target or near target of this match, as we're already 7 minutes into this encounter. Green. Just puts on the brakes. In the middle it goes to Becca. Then a globetrotter assault, and it goes to Lance Lang. Does it stay in? Yes, it does. Lance looking for the cross. He's already connected. Coming through, but heads it straight down. Billy Forbes. But you're going to see that association begin to build even more so this campaign. Billy Forbes has quickly made that impact. And it was interesting to hear him after the match talking about, yeah, I really wanted to score against Phoenix. That was one of the things that I really heard that was kind of impactful as far as his desire to really come in and contribute immediately.
Right. I mean, listen, he had a very tough 2018. He was hurt a lot, and he saw the game as an opportunity to prove that he still is an impact player in the USL, right?
Trying to break through. Here's a good chance, but slid through and able to knock it away. Good opportunity and good defense. As Lance Lang drops back to defend. Amer Djidic, they're doing a great job being able to clear it from harm's way. And it was, again, going back to what you were saying about Billy Forbes. During CONCACAF Nations League in November, he had a brace. And he said, I had never felt so comfortable. I never felt like I was like myself again. And you knew that it was leading to positive things going into the next season. And you're starting to see that now. It was interesting to hear that back in November about the confidence he needed coming into 2019.
Yeah, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. You can tell by his work ethic how much time he puts into not only the technical staff, but the ability to read the game, as we see him with the ball right here.
Just very short there. Lance Lang on the pass as he was trying to connect with Pick on the middle of the pitch. Lang again. The ball's quickly taken away from Marvin Loria. Ever Guzman. Back into the middle it goes. Barnby to Lang. Lang again doing his specialty. Going back to Lang one more time as he and Barbie trying to connect down the left-hand side. Lang again. Trying to angle himself properly for the cross. The delivery wasn't there, and the referee that in the past couple of seasons has been rather familiar with both of these teams, more with Portland Timbers 2 than with San Antonio. Only the second match that Michael Radchuk has refereed for San Antonio FC. See right there.
Another opportunity coming through the left for Lance Lang. Take a look at that, because it's only the third time, 10th minute, 3 times already. Lance Lang with the ball through the left side with enough room to, you know, put a good cross in. We already saw Billy Forbes getting to the end of one of them. So if you are Portland, you want to make the adjustment. You want to limit the opportunities for Lance Lang. But also, you have to think about this. On the other side, you have Billy Forbes.
So yeah, you don't have much of a choice. You can't shift way too much, but you end up giving way too much space to the other. So pick your poison. Yarrow. Again to Kai Green. Looking again for Billy Forbes. Forbes again has to drop back. He didn't have much room. Good job by Portland trying to compress over there and reduce the amount of space using the touchline as that additional defender. Going back to Jidic. Here's a big mistake coming through. Here's a good opportunity. Here's a chance. Coming in, Jidic. Great opportunity. Just a little bit too right-footed coming into the attack. The great opportunity that was missed. The great opportunity that was wasted. And a great defensive stand by San Antonio FC.
Now let's think about this. Is this a mistake by Didic because of a pass he made, or is it a mistake by Pekka by not coming closer to the ball? And you know, Pekka is the one that needs to take control right there. But the ability of Didic to run back and then being able to, at the last minute, a very risky play, because if he's not able to get the ball there and he gets Zambrano, it's a red card and the game changes completely.
That is very true. And it's about the second or third pass in the middle of the pitch that we've seen San Antonio where it comes short. Previously it was, of course, Lang trying to connect with Pekka. Came short as well. Billy Forbes as we get into the 12th minute of play. Continuing to rush forward. Barnby. There's Tuku Parano trying to get through. Lance Lang, another cross, and over everyone's head. That ball goes, and a beautiful ball it is because it's from Select. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues around the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
So far, a good start to the game, Juan. I think both of the teams are looking for the 3 points tonight. If we look, challenge right there. But if we look at the schedule for Portland, what are we looking at? 4 of the first 5 games on the road. I mean, it's not an easy start for them, right? And if we look into San Antonio, after they ended up tying the first game, they kind of have to win tonight, right, to get a good start.
Yeah, if you start looking at San Antonio's schedule, they go to Colorado Springs next week, Austin, and Las Vegas, LA Galaxy 2, and then Real Monarchs for the 5 on the road. So they're trying to take advantage of getting as many points as possible during this early stretch of the season. Again, the ball coming through. Lance Lang again with the ball down the left-hand side. Crossing again, maybe getting a little bit too predictable, is the Jamaican international, and the foul being committed and a yellow card being issued to the captain. Of course, none other than Pekka. And it's the first yellow card of the match, and it goes to Wellington de George Stanislao Paquert.
Very physical so far. To start with, very physical. We see it once again. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
But also, you see him coming. You have to see where.
That's a 50-50, right? But I don't know if that's a yellow card. I think that's a yellow card mainly because of how physical the game is right now.
It started, yeah.
So the referee is just trying to gain control and let the players know, hey, listen, this can't keep going on. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe it's a good move by Michael Redchuk.
Redchuk, of course, has reffed against San Antonio back last season. On May 5th of last year, it was a 2-1 victory against Fresno. Goals by Alex Bruce and an own goal by Kyle Rainish that gave the victory to San Antonio on that particular day. Pekka again dropping back to Jidic. Looking for Billy Forbes. Starting to look with Parano, but he had it a little bit too complicated to retrieve, and it wasn't going to be anywhere close for him. And Kai Green looking to reset on the side. Still scoreless here. Glad to have you all on board for this broadcast here on ESPN Plus. So great bit of work here by both teams defensively, trying to establish themselves quickly. Djiric again pushing out wide to Lance Lang. That's been the avenue au preference as of right now for this San Antonio FC. Good pass into space, looking for Lance Lang. He has a bit of time, crosses it back inside, and it's cleared away there in the line, as it was the Gambian central defender, Momuladin Jadama, being able to clear that one out, and it'll be Farfan resetting for Portland Timbers 2.
Once again, Lance Lang coming through the left side. You know, it's also about Portland making adjustments like we mentioned before, but San Antonio needs to take advantage of the opportunities. You don't know if any minute they read, because it's not about the coach right now. It's about the players, understanding that Lance Lang is coming through the left side with a lot of room. You have to make the adjustment. You don't have to wait for the coach to yell from the bench and let you know. So players need to make the adjustment. Hansen, right now, he needs help. And that's what his teammates are there for.
And you have to start seeing the shift as well, because you haven't been seeing too much of that shifting to try and give him that help. You've seen a lot of 2-on-1s, or Hansen's been pretty much on an island by himself. It's Portland looking to maintain possession, something very key for the Portland Timbers 2 side that we've been seeing for the past, well, if you want to include the playoffs and last season, about 34, 35 games now.
Yeah.
Since last season, a team that has improved dramatically.
Oh, yes.
Ball was out, ball was in. Well, the referee didn't say anything. He keeps on playing as it goes right over to Marvin Loria. And he wasn't able to really finalize the play as Billy Forbes running back as quickly as possible. Williamson, the former U.S. under-20, former University of Maryland player. Run being made by Hansen. Good ball into space. Here's a chance, a shot. It's going to be a 1-0 advantage for Portland Timbers 2. A great bit of work in front of goal. Todd Wharton with his first of the season. Great work by Portland Timbers 2.
First touch soccer, first touch football. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? How much of a difference can one touch make? Look at this. Look at that touch right there. Put the ball into space and take advantage of it. Beautiful, beautiful.
That one touch also really completely disheveled the entire defense as they overcommitted on the shift as well. That's where you're talking about that one-touch football. Just completely, everybody got caught going one direction. That ball just made the difference. 18th minute now, so Todd Wharton with his first of the season. Portland showing why they were one of the playoff teams in the past campaign.
Great start so far for Portland. We talked about Lance Lang a lot, but they had one opportunity and they took advantage of it.
And Portland being very secure with the ball now, very confident with the ball at their feet. And again, a lot of space to go as Pekka got caught attacking and not being able to come back quickly. Wharton all by himself down the right. If it goes in his direction, finally cleared away easily by Kai Green, who got that ball. A little bit too much air under that service as Ever Guzman battling. Guzman gaining it, nobody going as Kai Green was watching, and finally the ball gets poked away from him. And it's Harold Hansen being able to get it back for Portland Timbers 2. 20th minute of play, and it's the Timbers up 1-0.
We have a good one. We have a good game in hand. Because I am 100% sure that San Antonio is going to go for it. And Portland seems to be ready.
First goal for Wharton since September 23rd of last year. Zambrano, Renzo. Now a lot of space. Both teams leaving quite a bit of space, especially to be exploited on the transition. Falling down was Lance Lang. The option's not there. It's Billy Forbes trying to get around the defense. Lang, Forbes to no one. As Ever Guzman was running to the post, he thought that the ball was going to be served in that direction. Instead, it was behind him.
Yeah, he didn't make a good read right there. Because it was really hard for Billy Forbes to cross the ball all the way to the far post.
Yeah, it was pretty much next to impossible to do that. Lang with some room to roam. Again, trying to filter it through for Ever Guzman. Guzman making a run, not necessarily to the far post, but straight to goal. Had two defenders in front of him. Yadama, the one with the pace and the strength in that central defense. Next to him, of course, the one with the veteran experience, and Roy Miller.
It's a good combination, let me tell you.
The Englishman, Barnby. Swinger coming up. Ever Guzman. As he anticipates. We've seen how successful Guzman has been since he came to the United States. Successful year, career high in goals. Zambrano, Wharton. Yadama to Roy Miller. Tries to filter it through as San Antonio pressing with Pekka and company in the middle. Cristian Parano, the young Argentine as well. I haven't mentioned much what Tucu can do in the middle. Former Boca and River youth product. Yadama. Looking at White, good win there in the air. Still being disputed is Parano now. Starts running, no one really close by to connect with, to associate, so he starts dribbling around two. He's able to get through. Here's the young Argentine, giving it to Barnby, has some room to take a shot. Has Lang again all by himself, first times it into the middle, trying to cross it through. Henson. Corner.
Yeah, so far, especially in the midfield, we have seen a lot of one-on-one football, and I don't know if that's what San Antonio needs right now. They need more of a team effort, right? They need to, you know, make the right combination, look for space, run without the ball, do something different, because it's gonna be easier and easier as the match advances to defend the one-on-one.
And the ball just bouncing around like a beach ball at a concert. As Lance Lang drops back, essentially playing as a left back at this point. Coming back is Barnby. Pekka. To Barnby. Running through is Lang. And Hansen just chugging back, trying to do it again. That ball slips through, and Ever Guzman this time can't complain about the pass. He just did not get there on time. And again, now down the right side, it's Kai Green, and the ball gets lost amongst the shuffle, but still fortuitous enough for San Antonio for it to be a corner kick. It's already the fourth of the match. Coming through right to the hands of Jake Leaker. Pekka. Interesting to see Pekka drop back instead of the outside backs coming through. And here's a good bounce. Guzman trying to settle it. Instead tries to cross it into the middle. Nobody there. Well, nobody there that was wearing black and red. Lang again. And a cross again. That gets deflected again. Out of bounds again.
Yeah, San
Antonio again.
Right. You know, San Antonio needs to stay in the game. Right now, things are not going their way. It looks like one of those tough matches as we see.
Ball into the middle. Sorry, Jose.
You know, things are not working for them right now. But it's only the 25th minute. Keep going at it. Keep going. Keep going. Don't put your head down. Keep going. Keep working the way you're doing it right now, and that's the only way things are going to work for you right now. You cannot wait for a mistake because you are being good enough right now. You have the ball, you have possession. Keep concentration in the back and keep on going with Lance Lang until Portland makes the adjustment. And also take advantage of Billy Forbes to the right side. Move the ball from side to side, combine each other, and you know, they're playing good enough right now. Portland is playing a good game also, so it's an evenly matched game, like we thought it would be, right?
It's just a game of moments. It was just all it took. It was one, was a handball there that doesn't get called, and finally the foul does. And it'll be Portland Timbers 2 ball as we enter the 26th minute of play. But you mentioned it before. This could be one of these games that ends up being a game of moments.
Right.
And that goal pretty much was a moment in which players said, you know what, first time, let's see what we can do. And it ends up being a very solid intervention. As of course it was Todd Wharton scoring his first goal of the season. Eric Williamson. See what the Terrapin, former Maryland Terrapin, can do. Goes to Renzo Zambrano. Zambrano losing it. Kai Green gets rushed, but he's able to win that ball with his body. Zambrano again. To Roy Miller. And San Antonio reshuffling the defense. Jake Leaker doing the same, the former University of Memphis goalkeeper. Abby Akon here on the left. Akon again trying to win that ball. Passes it to Lang. Gives it to Barnby. Can he get to it first? Yes, he can. Is it a penalty? Oh, yes, the referee's calling it. I have my doubts, but the referee's calling a penalty. And Jack Barnby's able to get it. Leaker rushed into action.
I'm not 100% sure on this one.
Let's see.
Let's take another look.
I have my...
Oh, another 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit late. Let's start by saying that, but also give credit to Lance Lane. What a ball.
The ball he put in there really complicated the defense, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And again, one of those moments where the light bulb goes off. Barnby. As a Khan coming up, looking hopefully not for the rebound, at least in his case. Here's Barnby looking to equalize, and he does! Jack Barnby, 1-0 at 28 from the penalty spot. It was bound to happen at one point or another, but Jack Barnby finally is able to fulfill it. Game on, things equal once again at 29.
Easy finish for Barnby. So take another look. One. Nothing left to do for Leaker. A great finish for Barnby, who scored 6 goals in 2018. He needs to have these moments of joy. He needs the confidence, right?
Yeah.
Even if you score from the penalty spot, you need this.
It just takes one moment.
Yes. So, I mean, we were talking about San Antonio having things not going their way. Well, right here with the penalty decision, 50-50 decision.
Jack Barnby at 28. Yes. And again, you mentioned it before, Jose, about, yeah, okay, fine. Is it a penalty or is it not a penalty? But that pass by Lance Lang really is what took the equilibrium out of the defense, really took a lot of out of them. And that's really what complicated this team to begin with.
Yeah, Lane put it the talent, and then Barnby went the effort, and you combine those two things, and then you had a mistake, whether is it by the ref or by the goalkeeper being late. We don't know.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
and
you can't really blame the goalkeeper, right?
Right, yeah.
It's the defense that really allowed the situation to occur there, but still, good work as far as San Antonio. And you saw it coming with the pushing, with the effort, with the chances that they were creating on the opposite end. Now it'll be a chance to see what Portland is made out of, see if they can respond quickly, as it's Zambrano. And that ball being taken away quickly is Marco Farfan, who's played rather high, playing pretty high over on the left-hand side. Switching it over, won easily by Akong. Settled by Wharton. As Yadama drops it back even more so. Leaker. And a mistake here, recovered by Forbes, but can't retain it. And give a lot of credit to the pressure and also to for the awareness of San Antonio to continue forcing Portland into making mistakes. Yaro. Djidic. Khan moving more towards the middle. You see him, instead of staying on the line, going back into the middle, becoming at least an escape valve for San Antonio coming out of the back. Yaro trying to play it out a little bit more. Pekka saying calm down, as he, again, another deep ball looking for Ever Guzman, looking for Barnby, who's played a little bit more behind. Again, here's the Argentine. Parano trying to go through. Here's a chance for Billy Forbes. Ever Guzman, just a hair short. As again, Guzman doing everything he possibly can to really distract the defense. Good ball into space, right into the middle. Here's a good chance, coming through. Goal's wide open, and again a save. No, it's gonna be a goal for the Portland Timbers too. And another defensive breakdown causes it, answering just minutes after the equalizer. Great goal by Marvin Loria. 2-1 for the Timbers.
And when it looked like Cardoni was able to run back, I don't see how that ball made it pass through his legs. As we take another look, look at that shot, and he's right there.
It doesn't go through his leg. His leg got caught in the grass or something along those lines, or it looks like it.
But he made a comeback. But he wasn't able. But all the credit to Loria
for being able to follow through, because many after that, after you see the player go through, they usually stop and watch. Oh, it's a goal.
He knew
the rebound.
Yeah, as soon as he saw the ball coming to himself, he knew he was taking that shot. So all credit to him, right? It's not also about Cardoni making it back, but also about
Loria complicating.
Yeah, don't give him more time than he needs to get back. So wow.
Marvin Loria at 32 officially. 31 officially now. And just as we were talking about San Antonio doing everything they possibly could to rebound after that initial goal, well, they concede yet again, in Portland yet again with a chance, and Billy Forbes yet again with another ball coming through. Not being able to get on the same wavelength as Ever Guzman as of yet. Guzman making the runs, but either it's behind him or it's in front, but it hasn't connected as of yet.
But it is going to be a back and forth game. It is going to be, because Portland, even when they scored the first goal of the match, Portland wasn't satisfied with that. You never saw Portland moving back and just trying to hold on to the result. They were trying to score the second goal. So we see the replay right there.
It looks like it got deflected.
Yeah, last minute. So look at the numbers for Portland moving forward. That tells you something about this team, right?
Very compact team going up, a very compact team dropping back. Yeah, at times they get caught in transition, and yeah, you do see a bit of space here in the middle, and that's where San Antonio have attacked, but overall, no complaints. Williamson from outside. Khan trying to clear it out, not being able to do so. And the Costa Rican Loria, the former Saprissa youth product. Trying to serve it into space, but not running through was Hansen. And Wharton comes through, and Wharton falls down. And free kick opportunity coming up for Portland as we are in the 35th minute of play. A rather fast-moving 35 minutes, because there's been quite a bit of action, very little stoppages, and there's been quite a few goals already in this encounter.
Yeah, just a slight touch by Lane right there, but enough for a foul. And now we're going to see set pieces, which we haven't seen much
we haven't seen, oh, look, except for the corner kicks over on the other side.
Other than that, we'll see what they can do, because usually teams that like to move forward, they work a lot during the week set pieces, right? Not only defensively, but they see it as an opportunity also.
Again, and it goes right into the hands of the goalkeeper, Matt Cardoni. Fans follow San Antonio FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com.
Right. A lot of options, right? If you have
Oh,
ESPN
yeah,
Plus.
great stuff.
Hey, listen, if you're with us, you have to stay with us for the second half at least, right?
At least,
we
yeah.
have a pretty good game in
Yeah,
here.
we have a pretty good game, and Lance Lang is making sure of it because he's one of the protagonists of this match. Here's the Jamaican trying to launch it through. It looks like it got deflected en route to goal. It'll be a corner kick yet again for San Antonio FC.
Lance Lang, looking like he's 21 years old. He's not that old, let me tell you.
Oh, he's not that old.
No,
but he
has a lot of experience. We have seen a lot of him. Still has it.
He still has it, yeah. And that corner leaving much to be desired, but not for Billy Forbes, who latches onto it. Unfortunately, going right over.
A rare miss by Billy. He usually takes care of those lucky bounces.
SAFC will be back in action next Saturday, March 23rd at 7:30 p.m. to take on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Make sure you tune in for that. Wharton. Zambrano still holding off a defender. Zambrano trying to get past Akan, and it's Akan that sweeps that ball away and starts the attack on the opposite end. Again, Lance Lang down the left. Akan. As Williamson dropping back and really defending well. Williamson's done all the dirty work on the offensive end.
Look where the pressure starts for Portland.
Yeah, you
That's
see it
the
right there.
key of the game right there.
The key is also how players like Parano trying to break it through the shot. Very misdirected.
Right.
And that's also the difference too. You see where the pressure is, but you're also seeing where it can be broken, and that's
Yes.
what San Antonio's looking to do.
Yes, once they get the ball to Parano and he's able to move past the first defender, then you are in trouble.
Yeah.
Then you are in trouble. But the thing is that Parano right now, he doesn't have a teammate that is going to help him out, right? Looking for the ball, or they're just moving next to him to get some sort of distraction from the Portland defenders. So maybe that's one of the adjustments that we're going to see in the second half.
Barnby, man that at the time scored the equalizer from the penalty spot. 28th minute of play. Forbes. Becca. The foul committed. And since you like so much that ESPN Plus app, I guess you get the updates too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why you should get the ESPN app, because you can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for San Antonio FC, and then click on the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on San Antonio FC's next match. Just simply go to ESPN.com right now and click follow for San Antonio FC or whatever club you follow.
Yep. Makes it a lot easier.
Cardone, as we get into the final 6 minutes plus. It's been a rather exciting first half. Djidic. Kai Green playing over at left back, moving over, playing over at right back, moving over to the left. So you pretty much have your outside backs cramming through. Now going out wide on the far side is Joshua Yarrow. Going into a central defender position. Trying to squeeze that ball through was Williamson. Yarrow. Parano. Trying to break through as Parano is able to at least get that ball on the defense. Here's Billy Forbes charging through, slaloming into the area, but no one really to finish off. There's Evan Guzman out, goes inside, and the pass goes outside.
Right. It seems like, you know, they're going to need some time, right? Because when Guzman moves to the left, they push the ball through to the right. And, I mean, it's early. It's early in the season. They, of course, went through the entire preseason to kind of get away from this type of mistakes, but it happens. There's nothing like playing an official match, so it's going to take some time. They know each other, but, you know, tendencies change sometimes, and we'll see this being a factor positively for San Antonio moving forward. Having Billy Forbes Guzman and Lang is always good news for San Antonio.
It's always good news for a team to have those types of players. Obviously, it's a process,
right?
But it's very good to have that. Final 5 minutes of this first half. Portland have been able to show a lot of interesting propositions throughout this encounter. Here's another chance from outside. And Cardoni being able to retrieve it rather quickly. Becca. Barnby opening out wide, so is Lang. Khan looking to go back into the middle, does to Ever Guzman. So here's the Mexican veteran. Finds Lang. Continues his run inside as Barnby pretty much playing as a number 9. Billy Ford pinching in as well. Harold Hansen chasing around. Here's another chance for Becca. He does have the leg to be able to get it. Goes to Lang, goes to Barnby, goes off a defender. As that ball deflected off of the body, off of the humanity of Mumuladin Yadama. Number 6 so far this half. As Guzman being marked tightly. Four players for San Antonio inside the area. All cluster, 5 if you include Ever Guzman, who's trying to give all sorts of trouble. Always keep in mind what Ever Guzman can do in set pieces. Made a living. See what he's doing right now with the goalkeeper, and then sprints out, makes a run to the first post to try and knot it through. Lang with the outswinger now. Get some air under it, and a foul being committed, and so play will stop. Your impressions of the first half, Jose, so far?
Well, so far, I think it is a good game. I think San Antonio, with possession, they haven't been able to do as much just in terms of getting the ball to Ever Guzman, who is a key player for them inside the box. You have to look for him as we take a look at the replay. And in terms of what Portland has been able to do, I think Portland just took advantage of the opportunities, and they just had a plan, and they are executing that plan to perfection so far. But we'll see how long that can last. So if you are San Antonio, I think you have to keep the same mentality in the first half throughout the second, and just look for taking care of those chances that you're going to get.
So these two teams, if they keep up this performance, they could definitely be moving up as far as the standings are concerned throughout this early stage. And that's one of the things that San Antonio really wants to look at. Good job there by Zambrano. As he was able to spring that ball through to Eric Williamson. Barano. The young Argentine being able to do a great deal. Really been able to emerge in the past maybe 10 minutes or so. Barano. Forbes. Becca there joining in, but good work. As again, Zambrano there on that side, and you start to look at other options that begin to develop. Marco Farfan over there as well. Really being able to pressure and take the ball away. And now here's the transition for the Portland Timbers. Portland Timbers too looking to do whatever they can to try and at least keep San Antonio away. Yeah, that's the first option, but also more importantly, seeing if there's another opportunity in them to be able to make it 3-1 going into the dressing room.
Right, that would be key. Although, if you look at what San Antonio did in the first game, I'm sure they have talked about it. Just taking care of the last 5 to 10 minutes of the first half and 5 to 10 minutes of the game.
Ooh, and this is a good opportunity coming up for San Antonio FC. A foul on Lance Lang. Only be 1 minute of stoppage time. There's referee Michael Radchuk. See right there. That's of course from Baltasar Peralhana, the fourth referee in this encounter. So Lang, yet again, another cross that he will look to launch into the area.
Experience right there. Saw that, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, it's just awareness of the situation. Lang. A header going over. Jidic getting a piece of it.
Yeah, we saw Didic with Swole Park Rangers, and we know how dangerous he can be in set pieces. So keep an eye on him on the second half. A very good defender throughout his career in USL. Now with San Antonio.
This should be the last opportunity coming up, as it's Billy Forbes. We'll probably get to see with his national team in the upcoming FIFA international date. Quickly resetting.
Oh.
Parano a little bit too far, and it'll be a goal kick if we end up getting that far. And we won't, as we go into halftime with Portland Timbers 2 up 2-1. Your impression, sir?
Very exciting first 45 minutes. Looking forward to the second half. Looking forward to the adjustments that San Antonio is going to make. Looking for that second goal, and maybe moving forward into getting the 3 points tonight.
Todd Wharton, Marvin Loria, the 2 stars so far for the Portland Timbers 2 as they go into the dressing room up 1 goal. We'll be back with more after this.
Strike jackpot is currently $1,003. Or look for one of the staff members.
Favorite game, Blinko Payday at Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel. Win your share of up to $120,000 in cash. 10 winners every Friday and Sunday.
Come and play.
We're out in the pristine, unpolluted waters of the Bering Sea, the most remote area in the entire world practically. The Bering Sea has the most abundant wild cod in the world and the most delicious. Catching fish the way we do it, one at a time on a line, we can focus on catching just cod. And within 1 hour, we chill the fish all the way through because it locks in the quality, it locks in the taste. We go to the ends of the earth for the freshest tasting fish. You just have to go to H-E-B. This is the Wild Alaskan Seafood Department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Do you know what optimism can do? Whatever it wants. We've seen it unlock resilience that makes the impossible inevitable, inspire generosity to put families back on their feet, and give Davids courage to throw rocks at Goliaths. At Frost, we believe optimism can change lives emotionally, physically, and financially. And with your help, we're going to prove it.
Two American icons are joining forces for a collaboration a century in the making. Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel.
It's only a short drive from home.
Over 3,300 slots, poker, and live bingo.
I come for the drinks.
It's a great place to celebrate.
Come and play.
What does it take to be a champion? Skill, strength, vision, an unrelenting desire to prove your worth week in, week out. An army of fans behind you screaming your name. And sometimes just a bit of luck. For 631 games over the course of the next 9 months, 22 players will step on the field to answer the question, why will it be you and not them? And the 36 teams, from the champions of yesterday to the challengers of tomorrow, only one will be right.
pulled up to Chick-fil-A to the drive-thru, and this voice comes on and says, "Welcome to Chick-fil-A." And I was like, what? And so I sang back.
And I was shocked. So now every time Jackie comes through, I'll say, "Good morning," and she'll say,
"Good morning, Lauren." And we've been singing for 5 years now. If she's gonna be there, I know I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna start having some fun.
We're drive-through friends.
Drive-through friends. I think my kids think we're crazy.
Yeah.
Ah, boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry. Wow, she's good. Off-roading. Forerunner. Our treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Providing the fuel to take you there, no matter where there is. Top-tier quality fuels from Valero keep your engine running cleaner, better, and longer.
I'm Greg, and these are armadillo eggs. Me and my buddies are always sitting around a campfire trading stories and talking about grilling. That's where I thought up armadillo eggs. Barbecue marinated chicken stuffed in a jalapeno and wrapped in bacon. They are awesome. I guess H-E-B agreed. They picked them as a Quest for Texas Best finalist. And now they're in H-E-Bs all over Texas. Thanks to H-E-B, our small business has gotten a whole lot bigger. I'm Greg, and this is the best in Texas department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
With an official SAFC scar. 2-1 at halftime for Portland Timbers 2. It's been back and forth. It's been quite intense. And the second half, hopefully, promises more. Jose, it's been interesting to see what's going on, and you start to see quick, fast-moving football has been the key to success for both sides.
Yeah, especially for Portland, as we see the first goal. We look into what Portland was able to do, and they were just able to move the ball a lot faster than San Antonio did, right? They had a lot more room. They took advantage of the limitations that San Antonio had defensively, and they had some luck as well with Lodi, as we saw in that second goal, and Cardoni moving back but unable to just push the ball away. As we take a look at the stats, look, possession is always very tricky, right?
Possession's always something that can go both ways, but you have to look at it with very, very close eyes. You have to look at it with a microscope as well, because San Antonio created shots, they created opportunities, but it was Portland, the team, that was more precise. So what's possession going to work there? Well, we'll have to find out in the second half as well. 46%, something that Portland's not used to, because they're a team that wants to be the protagonist, they want to go forward. But here they were able to take advantage of the transition that ended up making more dangerous.
Right. For me, the 54% from San Antonio seemed a little bit. I mean, I thought it would be higher. Honestly, I thought it would be higher than 54% because it seemed that they had more possession throughout the first half. Although, if you look at what Portland was able to do, they were just able to take advantage of the room that they had once they moved the ball past midfield. So, like we said before, adjustments. This is the time for the coaches to make those adjustments, and we'll see what they can do in the second half.
And we'll talk about that when we return here in San Antonio.
I started Cross in 2002 with a tool bucket. I'm Craig Scott, I'm the president of Cross. SWBC PEO has helped me grow and feel very secure about my business. They have safety representatives who will come out, do inspections for OSHA compliance. They'll come and do company training at our offices, which then allows you to have a lower rate when it comes to your workman's comp. I can rest easy every night knowing that I have a company that stands behind us every day.
Two American icons are joining forces for a collaboration a century in the making. Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
boating, Tundra. A little R&R, Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading, Forerunner. Our treasure hunting, Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I started Cross in 2002 with a tool bucket. I'm Craig Scott, I'm the president of Cross. SWBC PEO has helped me grow and feel very secure about my business. They have safety representatives who will come out, do inspections for OSHA compliance. They'll come and do company training at our offices, which then allows you to have a lower rate when it comes to your workman's comp. I can rest easy every night knowing that I have a company that stands behind us every day.
Two American icons are joining forces for a collaboration a century in the making. Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
Boating, Tundra. A little R&R, Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading, Forerunner. Our treasure hunting, Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Referees slowly coming back. As we'll see what adjustments are made. Quickly want to send a quick shout out to good friend Mauricio Villarreal over at the Portland Timbers, as he's also watching. Thank you so much, Mauricio, for all your help, and best wishes to you on your season.
By the way, did you know that this is the 50th game at Toyota Field for San Antonio?
Yes, I did, but I'm glad that you mentioned it.
Yeah, let's have some sort of celebration, right?
What do you plan?
I don't know. Second half? How about that?
Yeah, well, after the first half, that's a bit of a celebration in and of itself. I hope the second half continues.
I was waiting for you to kind of get the party started, and now that I reminded you about it, you invited me. And
yeah, well, you're invited always. I don't need to say that.
Yeah, but
But anyways, going back to the first half and seeing how San Antonio started, Portland rebounded, took the lead, San Antonio comes back. You do know, or you do see that there's the propensity for this to happen, and we'll see what occurs in this. What do both teams have to start looking at? What changes do you see that they would need to make as far as the second 45 minutes are concerned?
Well, for San Antonio, I would say just try to connect a little bit more with Guzman, get him involved. Just understand that he's your goal scorer and that you need to make that connection with him. You had a first half in which you took a couple of chances that were not there, but if you want to tie this game and win it, you're going to need Ever Guzman. And if you're Portland, you have to understand the moment of the game, right? If you are winning this game in 20 to 25 minutes into the second half, then you have to take a different mentality and be precise defensively. Put your effort defensively just to finish out the game. You're on the road, and you have to learn how to finish this game. So that's the mentality for Portland. Also, gain some possession starting in the second half.
Ever Guzman there saying, hey, look at where you're sending the ball. And it's true. He's most effective when he's going forward, and you see right there on the bench, the brain trust. You see right there, Darren Powell and his brain trust, seeing what adjustments he needed to make, seeing if they can be executed. As Portland will start, again, Eric Williamson. Maybe you won't see his name in a lot of stats in the first half, as he was able to create some important situations for Portland. Of course, the most relevant one, or the most prevalent one that you could see as far as a goal-scoring opportunity was the second goal, which he helped create, pressuring Matt Cardoni. As of right now, no substitutions. And it's Billy Forbes getting, or at least trying to get around. Good job here is, again, Roy Miller, the Costa Rican.
Yeah, that's
maybe he's lost a
challenge.
step. Maybe he has lost a step physically, but mentally, you know that he's still there and can read the plays very well.
Yep. Yeah, maybe 5 years ago, maybe that's a little bit different, that challenge right there. And he doesn't slide, and he runs with Billy Forbes right next to him. But right now, he understands that he's probably not going to match Billy Forbes' pace. So he goes ahead and moves one step forward mentally, slides, and gets a hold of the ball. Experience, you know?
And positional awareness.
Right.
Farfan. Back to Miller. Yadama. Ball hangs a little too much, and Parano for Forbes. Here's Parano trying to break through. Moves it into space for Forbes. As the former Phoenix Rising man couldn't get to it. Good anticipation there by Farfan. As he's able to go into space, and the ball's won over by Renzo Zambrano. Another player we have to start looking at as far as man of the match consideration. What he's been able to do in the midfield and really plug all the spaces that have been there for Portland. He's done a sensational job so far in this encounter.
Oh, yeah. So Zambrano was really great for this team last year. We talked before about the transition that they went through after having a 2017 that was really not good enough for them. They made a couple of changes, and then 2018, they make it to the playoffs. And now they kind of want to keep the momentum going, right, into the 2019 season. And Renzo Zambrano, he was outstanding for them during the regular season.
Michael Radchuk saying,
yeah,
put it down, stop.
I thought we were getting a card early in the second half.
At least he was going to get a warning, but only one yellow card up to now, and that's for Pekka. That was early on in the match.
That tells you something right there. If the goalkeeper in the 3rd minute of the second half is starting, I'm not going to say waste time, but, you know, he's a little bit more passive, you know, trying to get a breather, because they know San Antonio is going to want to score early, right? If you're at home,
trying to take the steam, trying to take the air out of the ball if you want to, from that perspective, yeah.
So that tells you a little bit about the message in the locker room during halftime.
Barnby. Williamson trying to win there. It was Kai Green. Parano. Parano still going through, still battling, and the referee says play on. Williamson. Guess who was part of that challenge again? Renzo Zambrano. At the controls in the middle of the pitch, just moving the ball around, shuffling it around, making it sure it goes into the open man. Zambrano getting it once again. Going over to Marvin Loria. Man that scored the second one. Barreling through in the middle, but not being able to control it much. Was Harold Hansen. And again, Parano with some room, but that ball just slightly behind him. The Argentines still able to have enough of a low center of gravity to send it over to Billy Forbes. Forbes. Here's a chance for Billy Forbes, and trying to replicate the goal that he scored last week against Phoenix.
Right, that was my thought. As soon as I saw him moving, don't give him more room, because he's going to score.
Jaro and Jidic going into the area, looking for that equalizer. San Antonio thinking the quicker we get it, the better we have as far as our chances are concerned. A little bit short, the ball coming through, and it goes right behind. It was Ever Guzman waiting for it in the far post. It's Guzman. Former Morelia man. Parano having to dribble through three. Lang once again, and Lang, yes, effective, but also, yes, repetitive. Going over to Barnby. Good work there by Ebi Akon. They're trying to win that ball through. Trying to break out quickly are Portland, but again won by Parano. And he gets run over by Williamson.
Necessary foul right there. Portland was in perfect position to defend that play. And now you're giving them an opportunity, and boy, do they have...
It's a nice one.
Yes. Do they have a nice opportunity here, and they have...
Billy Forbes, you think?
Billy, they have Barnsby, they have Lane. I would actually go with Lance Lane.
Oh, yeah, that left foot of Lance Lang is...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sent some on some occasions, even out of the stadium. Or at least that's the urban legend.
Well...
At least that's what I was told when he was in Jamaica, when he was with the Jamaican national team.
He's going to try to do something different right now. Just put it in the back of the net.
Now, they are at a distance still. Just so you get a reference as Roy Miller. Of course, you won't be able to do that very soon. As soon as the new FIFA rules come into place.
Right.
Lance Lang, left foot. He can just put enough pace on it over the wall. Bounces around now. I think the best option would have been over the wall, not through the wall. I think the intention was for Jidic to move, but didn't move quick enough. As it'll be Portland's ball, 53 minutes into this match. And fans, follow San Antonio FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Yaro winning that ball. Lang just getting under it way too much and misdirected in the process. But you still see, similar to what you were saying about San Antonio at 1-0, we're seeing it 2-1.
Right. Right now, if you're San Antonio, I think you have to, you have to change the attitude right now, because they seem to come out of the locker room a little bit passive, just taking too much of their time. They have to be aggressive in the second half. Maybe that was the message of the coaching staff, but this way they give Portland enough time to feel comfortable defending them. They have to change the pace.
Kai Green looking into the area. Parano heading it, missing it. Kai Green had moved, sent the pass over to Akon, and not much going on there, and Yaro getting called for the infraction.
We talked about having the opportunity to score, early. San Antonio had a chance right there. As we're going to take another look. Oh, we see at the foul.
See the foul. But Parano with the header.
Parano, you're not going to see Parano score with a header many times during the regular season, but he had a chance right there. And if you take advantage of those opportunities, then you can change the game. And that's what Portland did in the first half. They didn't have many chances, but they took advantage of them, and that's why they're winning so far. So San Antonio, that's key for them in the second half.
And Akon there getting called for the infraction as he starts just pushing the ball forward. Gets foul. Parano into space, but it goes over to Kai Green. Forbes, who's been down the wing for the majority of the time, looking for someone to associate, and goes to Jack Barnby, the man that scored the equalizer, trying to thread it over to Chino Guzman. Forbes, again looking for Guzman. That's what you have to start looking for if you're San Antonio FC. Looking to cross it back into the middle, but it gets deflected for corner kick number 7 of the match for SAFC.
Very good sign if you're a San Antonio fan. Forbes, Guzman, and Lane getting a hold of the ball. Very good sign.
Another outswinger. Another outswinger that comes up short, and we'll do it all over again because Marvin Loria wasn't able to get to it.
Look out for Didic.
Again, going short. Looks like they're going first post! And oh, they came so close, so close. Ever Guzman getting his first chance to score, missing just wide.
Well, it's not an easy night for San Antonio, that's for sure. What happens when you get 2 headers in the box? What's the general rule?
In soccer math, 2 headers in the box usually equals a goal.
Right. So, you know, once again, other than the PK, things are not going their way for San Antonio tonight. But keep fighting. Keep fighting. That's the only thing you can do, right?
2 headers in a box is like Sex Panther. 60% of the time, it works all the time. Billy Forbes runs right out of bounds.
Another missed opportunity for San Antonio, but
they're creating them.
Yes, they are right there. That's the only thing that you can ask for. If you're the coaching staff for San Antonio, I mean, you cannot blame them. They're having the opportunities. They're working hard.
They have to keep going. It's still not enough. You don't win by chances. You win by goals. 57th minute of play here in San Antonio. Juan Arango alongside Jose Rodriguez. Cardoni. Djiric to Yaro. Opening up on the near side is Green. Pressure up top. Once again, it's Foster Langdorf. Player that we haven't mentioned much, although we did feature him at the beginning of the match. Langdorf, who had a stellar career collegiately at Stanford. Akan, just way too much of a touch there for Ever Guzman to even have a chance. And it's Jake Leaker.
Options for Darren Powell coming from the bench, because we're getting to that point in which Powell needs to think what he can change.
Djiric there losing the battle, but being able to win the wars. It goes all the way back to Cardone, who clears it out. Guzman trying to nestle himself in between the 2 central defenders to make the run, anticipating it, but the ball doesn't come to him, and it goes to Pekka instead. Parano playing up top. Dropping back are Portland, as Timbers 2 looking to make something that seems to be at times so easy for San Antonio, trying to make it so difficult in the end. The creation looking easy, the definition, well, that's another story. Lang, far post for Billy Forbes. Jake Leaker.
Billy, very nice. Takes courage to even try that one.
Yeah, it does. And at times you see that, and Lang, with the specialty of the house, the cross coming through, and Billy Forbes, maybe not the best effort that you could see, but he still tries so well and came rather close.
Yeah, but let me
put some
tell
pace
you,
on that ball, though, despite that.
He was a deflection away from scoring the tying goal. Let me tell you, if you try it, most of the time you're going to get a good result. This time, it was even a shot on goal, so it wasn't bad.
Parano! Yadama there clearing it out. No, you're right. He was just a deflection away, and now Portland are just a defender away from almost making it 3-1. There's Langendorf battling with Djiric.
Yeah, he's in a battle right now against 2 defenders. But once he gets that one-on-one, he needs to go for it.
Pekka for Guzman, who had to hit it off the side of his foot. Williamson. Kai Green. Barnby. Pushing up now with numbers is San Antonio. Lance Lang. Billy Forbes in the middle. The shot, the cross, and something in the middle it got mired into and ended up floating out of bounds. And the opportunity wasted there by San Antonio. We're already 2/3 of the way in this match. And so far, Portland doing a great job holding on, defending. This could help them as far as their power rankings are concerned. I say that because people want to know who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com.
If you're Portland, you can look for Adrian Dispe to come into the match.
Well, who are the subs, Jose?
All right, I'll let you know right now. Hunter Salty, Nathan Smith, Brian Hurtado, Jose Carlos Anguiano, Max Hornstill, and Adrian Dispe. For Portland, for San Antonio, Jonathan Viscosi, Bradford Jamieson, Pascal Lebusi, Walter Restrepo, Michael Ahoud, and Leroy Magarushi.
Bradford Jamieson the fourth.
Right.
We don't
Jamieson the fourth. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Now, if you are San Antonio, we talked about the experience that they have in the starting lineup. But if you're looking to the bench, they have...
That's the first player I'd start looking at. Because he does offer you that explosiveness, that different pace up top. Because at times now, and you might disagree with me, sometimes crossing too much ends up becoming predictable.
Yes. Well, but you have to take advantage. If you have the opportunity, you might as well try it, especially if you have Guzman, a player like Guzman in the box waiting for it. But that's right. You can become predictable, and defenders can just react.
They just can camp out in the middle.
Right.
Again, another chance. The ball coming through, and Djidic able to stick out his right foot, clear it out. Barnby controlling it. Took about 3 touches to do so, but it's still going out wide to Christian Parano. Billy Forbes. Billy Forbes with 2. Eric Williamson always in the neighborhood. Did it go out of bounds? No, the referee says no, and Hurtado about to come on for Portland Timbers 2, and Williamson getting called for the infraction. Brian Hurtado about to come on. First substitution, and it will be for none other number 29, Ryan Sierakowski, who was rather silent throughout the match. Did have a couple of interesting moments. Did help out with the first goal. So that's at 63, the first substitution of the match.
Yeah, and we'll see what the impact of Hurtado is going to be in the match. But let me tell you, very smart decision from Cameron Knowles not to wait for the game to be tied or for him to be in more trouble than he is right now, because he's not gaining control. He doesn't have control of the game. So he's making the decision first. He's not reacting to whatever San Antonio is bringing into the table.
Proactive.
So very smart decision.
Proactive instead of reactive, exactly. Djidic. Yaro. It's Kai Green in the middle, complicating things a little bit for Yaro coming out of the back, but still doing a good job. Again to Lance Lang. Lang going down the line. Lang looking across, but anticipated very well by Harold Hansen.
Now
Yet another corner kick.
Give credit to Hansen right here.
Yeah.
Give him credit, because he's in a battle and he has been losing all night long, but not right there inside the box.
Always, or at least recently, or most of the corners that have been taken by San Antonio going first post. This one going in the middle, cleared away quickly. As Williamson there to retrieve. Barnby able to recover. Back to Lance Lang. Both Billy Forbes and look out for Djidic, who's there waiting and not being able to make it happen. Because again, Yadama doing a great job defensively. One of the 2 anchors in the middle for Portland, sending it out for a corner kick.
Yeah, it was a great run by Djidic. He saw the space. He visualized the cross. Unfortunately for them, Lane wasn't able to put it in the back post, but it was a great move by him.
Or even if the ball went over past the target, he was going to be there to at least try and assure himself of it. Jack Barnby with the in-swinger. Will he go near post? That will be what Ever Guzman will be looking for. Guzman there, top of the 18, will look to make a run. See, that's Parano over top of the post, and you see him inside the area battling, punched away by Leaker. Parano to Barnby. The pressure by Portland. And again, Portland defending in a block, attacking in a block.
Yeah.
And Parano by himself, but going over to Barmby, and the foul by Williamson.
And that's a yellow.
He's not going to get forgiven this time around, and it'll be the first yellow card of the match for Portland Timbers 2. That comes in the 66th minute of play.
And that's all Parano, really, right? That's all the, the talent. You cannot teach that. You're not gonna find a player with that ability by just teaching him to do stuff like that. He knows the team needs set pieces near the box to create chances. And look at this. He runs into him, right?
Yeah.
He understands.
That's what they call in Brazil malandragem.
Right.
Yes.
A yellow card caution is when it says
The second overall, first for
Williamson in the 66th minute.
Portland Timbers 2. Here's Barmby into the area, charging through. Leaker lets it go, cleared away, and off to the races they go, and finally looking to break out quickly. Here's Marvin Loria. It's Portland looking to put on the accelerator. They do with Brian Hurtado, but again, good defense. Barmby again with Parano. Back and forth football here in San Antonio. Here is again Barmby with Billy Forbes trying to get around. Billy Forbes with the cross going over. Barmby again recovering. And San Antonio looking to pour it on. Here's Lance Lang looking across it. The shot that goes over. 67th minute again. Another opportunity missed by San Antonio FC.
Right. It was a good decision by Lance Lang to take the shot right there. He's on the edge of the box. He has the ability to score from there. There's no doubt about it. But you have to be more aggressive. It's already the 67th minute. You have to take your chances. You have to understand that you can still win this game. But if you think about winning, you have to score in the next 5 to 10 minutes to give yourself some time to carry the momentum towards the end of the game. So you have to take chances. You have to risk the shot from outside the box. That is a good chance for them.
Billy Forbes again gets crashed into, and that'll be the third yellow card, second overall for Timbers 2, and that'll be the veteran Roy Miller. Remember you talked about 5 years ago, maybe 6, maybe 7. And you said, oh, Roy Miller would probably get to that, but you'd also see Roy Miller getting carded for a lot of those things. And
right.
You see
that happened before too, huh?
67.
You can feel the momentum growing for San Antonio, right?
Momentum's been around since the 45th,
but
46th minute.
I feel like right now they're starting to sense that now is the time to put it all out there.
Barmby looking to set that ball up again. Referee needs to back the wall up a little bit, maybe even a little bit more than it is already. It's kind of close. It doesn't look like it's
right.
Looks a little too close for our liking from here, but then again, we don't have the distance right there.
Barmby doesn't seem to care either.
Loria, Erickson on the wall. Barmby!
Good idea, but risky, right? Because a counterattack right there could almost end the match.
Jidic. Offside. I think that's the first one of the match. First one of the match, actually, so far.
I would like to take a look at that. Are you sure?
It doesn't really, I mean, the ref called it, so I mean,
it doesn't matter,
It
right?
doesn't matter.
I'm just not sure.
What I am surely sure of is you can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for San Antonio FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on San Antonio FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club.
Looks like we're going to have another substitution.
Bradford Jameson, the fourth, just to specify.
Right, and coming...
Billy Forbes coming
Billy
off.
Forbes. No, Lance Lang.
Oh, Lance Lang, excuse me.
Yes.
I just saw 7s.
Well, Billy, yeah, he used to wear number 7, but...
I just saw a bunch of 7s. 70th minute of play, speaking of which. Jidic. Corner kick coming up for Portland Timbers. And again, these are the situations that are a bit tricky. We've been talking about how San Antonio is going forward, attacking constantly, but it just takes one. You see right there, first assistant referee, Jennifer Gardner. Loria. Cleared away by Yarrow. Wharton scored the opener. Again out wide. Marvin looking to have an opportunity. But Parano, the Argentine, stumbling forward. No foul. He lost his balance. Play continues despite the unpopularity of that call. Or lack of call, I should say. Zambrano. Continuing to push forward. Portland. It looks like, and Nathan Smith, or at least you saw him warming up there a little while ago, getting ready to come on for Portland Timbers 2. Slaloming in from behind, that should be a card as well. That'll be Barnby going into the referee's book. That's number 4 overall, second for San Antonio. That's in 72nd minute of play.
And now here's the challenge as we see the substitution.
So you take Harold Hansen out and you bring in Nathan Smith. Maybe you start looking at the possibility of just, I don't know about closing out the match, but bringing in a player that can be able to drop back and defend a little bit. See Harold Hansen built like a running back in American football.
Now the challenge for this young team right now is to close out this game, right? It's not something easy to do even for an experienced team like we saw last week with San Antonio. So they have to do a better job of creating fouls just like this one, or just, they don't have to win the possession battle, but they have to keep San Antonio away as much as possible from their box. So that is the challenge itself. It's easy to say, but not easy to do. But
get through! Great save by Cardoni! What a tremendous save by Matt Cardoni to save the day. And again, you talked about how tricky these situations are as Portland slowly moving the momentum in their direction. And a great header, an even better save.
you know, I always say, like, goalkeepers don't get much credit, right? But that's like a goal. That save, it's like a goal for San Antonio, right?
I mean, it is, because you do keep the game 2-1. I mean, I understand what you're saying, totally.
Yes. I mean, if we see a goal from either team right now, you can pretty much understand how the momentum of the game is going to change, right? So the momentum could have changed if Cardoni doesn't make that save right there.
Now they're looking to take advantage after that save. So they can try and equalize it yet again.
I'm going to go ahead and write
Williamson.
Cardoni in my save of the week list.
I already put my vote in. I already put my vote in.
All right, perfect.
Pekka, 74th minute of play. As play beginning, and I thought we were going to see the save. Instead, we see the foul. And another foul on this side. It'll be Portland's ball. The captain, Zambrano. He has to get a lot of recognition. Same thing over on the left side. Marco Farfan battling alongside Billy Forbes throughout this entire match. He has to be given a great deal of credit. That's one of the more exhausting assignments that any left back could get. Miller. Xavier Guzman. Last week had 6 attempts. This week only 1. Here's Williamson, who's created a lot of problems when he has the ball in the area. Williamson has to turn around. Here's a good chance. But it goes off of the body there as Brian Hurtado trying to be the hero there, but really think things through at that proper moment.
Yeah, he had the opportunity if he took the chance as soon as he got the ball. But then if you think about it and move around, then yeah, the moment is gone. And then he should have held on to the ball.
Get more support.
Yeah, but then again, he just came into the match, so, and he hasn't been able to get, you know.
You're killing substitutes right now.
Right.
They're just trying. Yeah, they're just trying to make a quick impact. That's
yeah.
76 minutes of play here, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, SAFC will be back at Toyota Field April 6th at 7:30 p.m. to take on Las Vegas Lights. Get tickets at SAFC.com. Roy Miller. Farfan. Zambrano giving him a reference point as Williamson on the line. Good job again by Kai Green. Parano started waking up in the latter stages of the first half. Hasn't really been able to associate with many of his teammates every time he goes on a dribble or a slalom. So now if you're San Antonio, we're talking about the player that they needed to bring on. How do you get him to start functioning?
Well, you know, right now, I think they look a little bit tired to me. San Antonio looks a little bit tired, and Portland is having possession right now.
Watch out with Hurtado as he was making a run, trying to stay onside.
And Portland is making San Antonio run behind the ball. Always
Here's the
tricky.
opportunity coming from outside! Portland finally get it. Unbelievable play. Unbelievable breakdown. But give all the credit in the world to Marvin Loria with his brace. 3-1 to Timbers 2.
Yeah, Loria just taking advantage of the opportunity. All defenders watching him take that shot. And there's nothing for Cardoni to do. Costa Rican just understanding the moment and how they were able to get possession back in a crucial moment of the match. And now they are able to score that third goal that might just seal the deal for them on the road. And now remember, first game for Portland of the season.
So Leroy Magu,
they get a tied one on the road as well. So we spoke about 4 of the first 5 matches for them being on the road. This is a great start for them.
Leroy Maguroshi coming on for Jack Barnby. Pekka.
Could be a yellow.
Could be a yellow, and the referee's been
giving
them out, yeah. He's been rather generous with those in the past few minutes. But again, another breakdown. And again, the player that's involved, Eric Williamson.
Yeah.
And Eric Williamson is involved once again, trying to break out quickly. Djidic. Maguroshi looking for Guzman, who's been rather inactive. Not by his own fault, but a player in his position needs to be provided too.
Yeah. And you know, if you're San Antonio, things are not going your way right now to start the season, but this is going to happen at some point, whether it's in the first couple of games or game 10, 20, this is going to happen at some point. It's how you react to this, because you have to understand that you had your chances, and unfortunately for them, they were not able to take advantage of them.
Yeah, goals you don't score get scored on you.
Right. And that's going to happen to Portland at some point as well.
Billy Forbes, who switches over to the left side. Well, Bradford Jameson, that was loaned out from LA Galaxy too. One of the players that was one of the most promising, or has been one of the most promising prospects out of that academy. Loaned out to San Antonio. Here's Bradford Jamison, the fourth. Kai Green. Pekka. Green again. Oh, the chance for Parano. Tries to bring it down, but couldn't do so. Good job by Roy Miller. And here comes the attack. Loria. Williamson has a man on the far side. Williamson taking his time. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Was he expecting the run?
Right.
As it was Foster Langadorf who just
Yeah,
stood there. Wasn't sure what he was going to do.
It looked like he got caught in the middle of the way, right? Either taking the shot or pushing the ball through, looking for his teammate. But I really like what I've seen from Portland tonight. Like we mentioned before, they are a young team.
Now, let's not confuse young with lacking in. They are experimented. They are experienced as far as what they need to do. They understand their system. And again, here's the transition.
Right. At some point, you will see Zambrano and Loria just helping out the rest of their teammates, so that those players that still have to, like Hurtado.
Here's Hurtado, speaking of which, as Langadorf was going out and the ball was going in.
Those players, one that kind of need to understand that they're winning the match and they don't have to risk the ball as much. Loria, even though Loria is one of the young guys, but he has so much experience. He can help out his teammates in the middle of the field, just understanding the momentum of this match. They have to secure. Let me tell you, we still have 8 minutes. In USL, we have seen plenty of comebacks, so they cannot relax at any point in the last 8 to 10 minutes if we add the extra time.
For those of you just tuning in, Mario Loria with his first multi-goal game of his career. Another offside, that's number 2 in the match. Mark Novosel there raising the flag. Started out this second half, started out rather intense for San Antonio. But Portland were able to hold on. And there's Marvin Loria with his first multi-goal game in his career. Right now, he's the man that's making the difference. And he'll probably be leading in the minds of a lot of people as far as man of the match, people that are watching this match. Billy Forbes. So Walter Restrepo coming on for the youngster. It's Tucu Parano coming off. Restrepo coming on. Youngster who put in a pretty decent shift. And the veteran coming in to close this out.
Yeah, Restrepo, a fan favorite in San Antonio. He played there in 2014. Great season for Restrepo in 2014.
Beautiful night here in San Antonio. You see Morgan's Wonderland far from there. Is no complications wanted by Roy Miller. He says, you know, we'll do it all over again, no problem.
Hard challenge right there, bro. A good one. You know, if in 5 minutes nothing changes, you know what's going to happen? Portland is going to win for the first time in San Antonio since April 28th, 2017. It's not that far away. But they play.
But there's been some matches where they
Right.
haven't been able to get those results. Today would be the first. That's key, and that's something that they've looked to do. Something that San Antonio was looking to do. Why? If you look at last season, there's Restrepo running, Miller waiting. There's his tall, lanky frame able to sweep across. Jameson trying to dribble through. Did have Restrepo going first post and a save there by Leaker. If you start looking at San Antonio's record last year in the month of March and April, I'll mention it right after this play ends up dissipating a little bit. Chase, as it was Magarusha. Substitution for Portland, as it'll be the Cuban Arturo Dispe coming on. If you look at if you look at San Antonio, missing the playoffs by 3 points last year, but you have to go back to the points that they left on the table at the beginning of the season. Again, missing, swinging, and Portland trying to go on the attack, and the ball being put out there, and a yellow card being given to Kai Green. 1, 2, 3, that's the 6th yellow card. You see right there, native from Havana. Dispe coming on, and he will replace Eric Williamson.
Number 87, Adrian Dispe, replacing number 30, Eric Williamson. Also, a yellow card caution has been assessed to San Antonio FC, number 30, Kai Green, and
Kai Green at 87.
It's not a good night for San Antonio, obviously, because of the result. But I think you can still build on this, right?
Yeah, you
I mean, you had your chances, man. I'm going back to that. I've been thinking about the game and what could San Antonio have done differently. And I don't want to change much except for two things. The way they defended in transition.
And that was
Borderline.
yellow with a bit of orange in it.
Yeah. So defending in transition could have been better. But if you take care of your chances, then we're probably
Everything
not
also-
even talking about it.
No.
So you can build, even though it's a bad result. If you look at the scoreboard either way, and people around the league are going to be looking into this match, and they're going to be like, oh, wow.
Portland won.
Portland won.
On the road.
On the road. But the score is not telling you the story of this match. So if you're San Antonio, you cannot be discouraged. I think the team is on the right path, and playing like this, you're going to be able to get some points on the road as well.
Going back to last year, they started the season in the month of March and April. 2 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. 9 points out of a possible 21.
Right.
You're leaving points on the table. And when you start looking in retrospect of how the season started and how it ended, you're 3 points shy of a playoff spot. Now, if you start looking at the month of May, 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss, you're leaving points on the table in the early part of the season. Those types of points you miss later on in the month of August, September, and October.
Yeah, because that's when you have an added pressure because you're fighting for a spot, right? So you can do either the work early, or you're going to have to sweat a little bit more towards the end of the season.
Your margin of error is reduced ever so much as Green loses that ball. Portland head back home to play Las Vegas next week. Then Los Angeles, they'll play Los Dos March 30th. On the road again with OKC Energy, Sacramento, and then finally New Mexico, rounding out their next 5 matches, going to April the 20th. 4 minutes left in this match. Portland has been able to teach us that not only can they possess, not only can they counter, but they can also subsist, survive, and really able to overcome any type of adversity.
Yeah, I think what was impressive for me, it was mainly towards the 73rd, 74th minute. Remember, we were talking about the momentum, how San Antonio had it for most of the second half until that point. And then at some point during the 75th, 76th minute, they kind of reacted to that, right? They sensed that San Antonio was really close to scoring that second goal, and they just took the ball out of midfield, and they just kept it and kept moving the ball from side to side until Gloria had the chance that almost, we're 4 minutes away from that, but almost put the game away for Portland. Very impressive.
It was even more worrying for San Antonio. Obviously, they should be discouraged. Because, yeah, they did have the offensive end, but how many chances they create out of it?
Right. Yeah. I think that tonight, especially tonight, that connection with Ever Guzman, we never saw it, right? And that was the difference from last game, from last week, because Guzman was present during the 90 minutes. You saw him being part of the match. Tonight, not so much, and he's a key player for San Antonio.
Portland again, just keeping the ball as deep as possible for Matt Cardoni to be able to reshuffle. Yarrow, Restrepo, Bradford, Jameson waiting in the middle as the run was being made by Kai Green. At times Jameson getting a little bit too close to Ever Guzman. Green getting deflected. Loria again battling. I'm going to make Loria my man of the match, although I'd give a really strong vote to Eric Williamson. Ball into the area! Intended for Williamson. What about you?
I'm going to go with Loria. I think it was key. Also, Zambrano was key.
Zambrano, yes.
Even though he didn't score, he didn't assist, right? No,
he didn't assist. No
assists. We have assists from Langsdorff and Williamson. But, I mean, he was key once again. He's just that guy.
And Williamson will not get the assist for the second goal, although he was the one that created all the problems for Cardoni, because he was the one that crashed. He's the one that made the run, and then Cardoni is the one that clears the ball away right to Loria.
We can give him that assist if you want. We can give him on our books.
Well, we just want to mention it a little bit, that's all. But Jose, again, these two teams will have to settle, see what happens. Lang's right there. Langendorf almost getting it through. Wasn't his night, but still, when he was called upon, he was able to step up for his teammates. Came up with the assist on that first one. Of course, the goal by Wharton started things out in the 18th minute. Then it was Jack Barnby from the penalty spot leveling things. And Loria with two after that. His first brace of his career. Again, here's the chance to... Not enough on that ball by Ever Guzman, and we would have been already making that one the goal of the week. Candidate of goal of the year in USL Championship. His time has expired. The referee says, come on, punt it out. I want to go home. He does, and that is it here from Toyota Field. Portland with a 3-1 victory. Your final thoughts?
Well, very impressive win by Portland. San Antonio, a lot to build from. Unfortunately, they didn't had the chances go in the back of the net, but they can move forward from this. Portland, very impressive.
Well, with that in mind, San Antonio continues their season next Saturday at Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN+. For my partner, Jose Rodriguez, I'm Juan Arango, thanking you for joining us. Our final from Toyota Field, Portland Timbers 2-3, San Antonio FC 1. This has been a presentation of the USL and Spurs Sports Entertainment. See you soon.
match. Don't forget that the guys will be back out at section 101 to sign some autographs for you before they go on their 2-week road trip. Now you can keep up with them on ESPN Plus, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'll see you April 6th when the game presented by Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel. We'll see you there.
All right, check out the video board and check out your